And we are on the air. Now, I'm not going to give you a fancy introduction. There's Jules. You don't need an introduction, Jules Verne. Julia. This is the Esoteric Corner with Julia. And we have Stray Cat sWay on the panel today, who's going to have a reading done by Julia. And please, Jules, by all means, let's kick this off. And you have the floor. And we'll give it to you ladies. And us guys will sit back and observe the magic.
Okay. All right. Well, when I was looking at, sorry, but I'm Stray Cat. I'm gonna have to try and call you Stray Cat because I've got another name for you, and I won't be calling you that. The first thing I see is that a heavy 12th house influence, which means that you already know some very occult or esoteric stuff. You've got a 12th house sun. You already know what's under the veil. It's just the matter of the veil being lifted, or the people around you is kind of not exactly in line. But you got your Mercury and Venus there, and Mercury conjunct Venus in the 12th house as well. They're in Cancer in the 12th house. So, wow, it's kind of maybe like I think you might have an ability to write or to sing or something of this sort. But in Cancer, it's something really deep or really okay. Think about Cancer. It has an exoskeleton. It's like the crab. It's called the crab, and it has a really protective layer over its body. So you're really protective over whatever you sing or you write or you express. It's really, when you have Venus conjunct Mercury, it's a very expressive quality. And in the 12th house, it's expressive of themes that are not exactly what everybody else knows about. It's very, quite a lot, especially with Sun there. And with Vesta there and Osiris there, I can see. Yeah,
Jules, we can't see you. We can't see you, Jules. Something's up
No,
with your cam.
you can't see me because I'm on
Oh, okay.
chart. When I'm on my
Oh, okay. Well, you're doing us a disservice. We got nothing to look at. We can't see your pretty face. But okay, whatever's good. I'm sorry, I was just interjecting. I'm back out. It's your
I'm
platform.
here. I'm here, but if I'm here.
There she is. Awesome. Okay. Pretty eyes.
Nah.
Okay, go ahead.
I can't do the
I'm
chart
out.
if I'm here. I've got to do the chart. Oh man, I'm in the wrong. Oh, sorry, I'm not very professional. I just blew to the wrong place. So it takes me a quick minute to kind of work out. Yeah, I reckon last September would have been a pretty hot. August, September would have been a pretty hot issue for you because there was a major. That American solar eclipse was right on your north node, in Leo. So there was some major change happened to you around August, September last year. And in your second house, it would have been maybe perhaps something about your brothers and sisters or your immediate community or something in your local environment. Something really changed. It was like something was taken away from you in around September 23rd last year. Jupiter, Mars, and Saturn is in your third house in in Virgo. So you got a lot of Virgo quality, which is going to make you a little bit tiptoe around people. It's going to make you tiptoe around. It's going to make you be very careful to cross the T's and dot the I's and make sure everything is perfect before you go full steam ahead. You're not going to be just rushing forth with no brain about it. You're going to be really, really careful that you're moving in the right time. You're going to be really ultra aware of when's the right time to move and when's the right time to stay still. Yep. Black Moon, Lilith, and Pluto in Libra in the fourth house. So there's something about your family or your heritage that has had a need to totally transform and change, transmute, and become something totally different. Because Yeah, and I've got the same thing. I've actually got Pluto and Libra as well. Pluto, I mean, it's a very slow-moving planet, so it takes about 280 years or so to go around at 360 degrees. So it's really slow-moving. So it's you call it a generational planet because most of us are going to have Pluto in Libra, except for those born after 83. Your Pluto's in retrograde. That's good. That's a really good thing. It means that the transformation has to happen inside of yourself with regards to your heritage and your family. So something about your family has made you, do a quick tight turn on a coin. Like you've just have to change something about yourself because of your family. I don't know what it is, but that's what Pluto retrograde in the 4th house in Libra is all about. It's all about relationships. It's something you've had to transform yourself. The way that you express yourself, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go to Black Moon Lilith. Yeah, I just feel like silly if I'd say that. Uranus is in your 5th house in Scorpio. Shit, I want to go back there, but I'm not going to go there. Uranus in the 5th house in Scorpio is telling me that, yeah, you've had a couple of love affairs that have been out of the blue and you didn't see it coming. You got a hell of a lot of water. You got a lot of emotional quality to your chart. But getting back to this Uranus in Scorpio in the 5th house, it means that you've had a lot of lovers come and go in your early life. A lot of they were there, then they're gone. You're there, then you're gone. It's just like that's it. It's not much time for that. It's like it comes and it goes. Neptune in the 6th house in Sagittarius is connecting with the 9th house. So the 6th house. Well, what I'm seeing is that Neptune in the Sagittarius is always about, it doesn't really belong in a fire house. Like Sagittarius is fire, Neptune belongs to the water houses, but I've got a Neptune in Sagittarius as well. I've got a few similar things to you, and what is it saying to me? It's saying that you get a spark of an idea about your spirituality, and it's got something to do with the health routine of your life, or the routine, the service and duty even to others. And Neptune in Sagittarius is helping you guide your own self and your own self-knowledge. You're quite self-knowledgeable about spirituality and how to use that Pluto energy in the 4th house, how to change, how to transform yourself. You're really quite adept at doing that all for yourself, but in what I'm seeing here in the 6th house is that you've done it through some kind of a self-health awareness, you've done something that is, I don't know, you've changed your situation, your health regime. Maybe you've started drinking really good water, and you've started eating really good vegetables, something like that, or that's what you're going to be doing is going to help you a lot. Moon in the 8th house in Aquarius is saying that you know your own value, but you are kind of detached from the playing that out in some kind of a role. It's like, oh shit, you've got a really hard chart to read. I don't know if you can hear me right now, but I'm kind of struggling with your chart. I'm like,
that's okay.
I'm trying to let it flow, but I'm not really sure how it's going. It's like Moon in the 8th house in Aquarius. This is difficult. And that's why I love to do these readings, is because I test myself every time, because I learn something new every time. Now, when you got a Moon in the 8th house, it's giving you an emotional awareness of your shared resources with other people. But in Aquarius, it's a very detached sign. So there's the quandary. Is Aquarius doesn't have much attachment to emotion, but you got a moon in Aquarius in the 8th house, which is pretty deep. I mean, it's a water house. I mean, 8th house is ruled by Neptune, and it's ruled by Pluto, which is a water planet. And what I'm saying is, it's moon in the 8th house. You just have an awareness of the shared resources between you and other people really clearly, but you can take a step back out of that and really see it clearly, whereas perhaps other people around you who are sharing the resources, whether it be monetary, physical, material, whatever it is you're sharing with other people around you, you have either more of an emotional attachment or an emotional release on whatever you're sharing in this shared resources area. And the only other thing I could say is that Chiron in the 11th is in Taurus. So your biggest wounding is something about the body and what a network of people have done to it, or a group of people. So the biggest problem you're going to have in your life, and then what you've got to overcome, heal thyself is Chiron's, metaphor. So wherever you find Chiron, it's really important. It's just a dwarf planet. It's not a major planet, a minor planet, or a big one. It's not one of the 7 major planets, but it's very important. Chiron is really important. So in the 11th in Taurus, it's telling me that the way that you network on a grounded level is going to be the hardest thing you'll ever have to do, with the way that you network with people. And you may need to overcome that and be able to be the networker. I'm sorry. I don't think I'm very good tonight on this astrology. It just doesn't feel all so good. It's just like, I tried to give him my best, but that's really all I can do tonight. It's just not really. But the 12th house sun, getting back to that in Gemini, it's going to give you a lot of spark, because remember, Gemini is ruled by Mercury. It's going to give you a lot of channeled messages from the, beyond the veil. You're going to be able to receive them whether you know it or not, because it's not like it's a Pluto-ruled sign, and it's just that Gemini, as D is a Gemini, and he'll know, you just tend to pick up a lot of messages that will come through, whether you listen to them or not. I mean, you've got it in the 12th house in Gemini in your sun. You're bound to perhaps be picking up, channeled messages from, light language or something like that. Light language is what I'm coming through. So if you've never heard light language, listen to some videos. I'll send you one if you want. It's there's languages other than English, and I think that you're probably meant to know it. And even if you do already, you probably do. But if you don't,
does that have anything to do with chords? Like
yeah.
I recently was told, I guess I see those things.
Yeah, it is chords. It's tones, and it doesn't sound like English. If you hear someone speaking light language, and I've heard a couple of people, only 2 people I've heard speaking this language, and it's like this. And they use the tone, and that it's not English. There's no language on the earth that sounds like this. It's light language. It's star language. It's like the language of aliens. So, yeah, that's all I'm saying is get yourself into some of that, and I reckon you should get yourself some messages from that, because that's what you have a Gemini 12th house sun. It means you're bound to get messages from something that doesn't sound like English, and you'll probably really be able to help people by translating that. And that's it. I'm gonna go now. I don't feel like I'm hot tonight.
No.
You're great.
Yeah, that was excellent, Jules. I think Danny wanted a reading as well, if she's still around. Danny's in the chat, or was in the chat. She wasn't. You still with us, Danny? Just checking. I'll get some dates.
No, I don't know if I want it. I just don't feel like I'm hot on it tonight. I just feel like I'm just not.
Okay.
Oh,
Just not feeling it?
Sorry. I feel
That's okay.
like
I thought you did great.
Stressed her out.
Absolutely fantastic.
It's no biggie. It's just like I don't want to do a whole corner concentrating on what me blubbering about. We can just talk about something else.
So not blubbering. And when you get sidetracked into what means and what have you, I think that's when the details come out. That's when you really start to pinpoint stuff. When you get to flowing, Jules, there ain't no stopping you. Like, you know everything about everybody. I can verify.
I know you nailed mine. You nailed mine.
Me too. Same here.
Yeah, same here.
You're the only.
That made you uncomfortable?
What's that?
You're the only thing that opened my eyes to astrology. Sorry, go ahead, Stray.
Oh, was there something that made you uncomfortable? That you?
No, it's
like,
only me. It's only
worried
me.
or?
No. I think it's just me and how I'm feeling in myself. It's like it's not you or anything. It's just like I had a big day yesterday, and I just felt like my whole energetic body was like tipped upside down and twirled around, and I'm still not quite recovered from what it was like. My nerves went to jelly for a good 4 hours of the day. I had ticks, like little nervous ticks inside of the inside of my thighs from most of the day, and I was just like, what's wrong with me? I physically vomited. I didn't know what was wrong. I was not sick, but yesterday I was actually, I was really turned upside down by the energy, and I don't think it was just me. I think there was a solar flare, and I'm still just trying to get back into myself. So it's nothing to do with you, Heather. It's just I don't know. I don't know. I just
Jules, the same exact thing was going on with me yesterday.
Really?
I had one of the worst headaches I've ever had in my life, and I kept getting these like sharp pains on every inch of my body. I'm not even playing. I'm not just saying that. It was pretty. I thought I was dying.
Yeah, I was flaring bad.
Mine wasn't pain, Jeffro. I wasn't in pain. It's just that I had a whole nervous. I had a nervous body.
It wasn't pain, but it was in my chest. So I thought something was wrong with my heart. It wasn't like pain. It was like like it was almost about to cramp, maybe, but everywhere. I don't know how to describe it. It was very strange, though.
Very strange. I had a very strange day yesterday.
But Looney said the same thing.
Are you okay, Jules?
I am now, but like yesterday, the first half of yesterday, I was like, why am I like the only thing I ate a salad, and I don't mean to be gross, but that came up, and I couldn't understand. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm not sick. So why am I so full of this nervous tension, and why am I throwing up the only thing that I've even eaten? It's like it was just weird, and it took me a while to get over it. And I mean, there was a few things that happened yesterday that were really a little off the chart, and
kind of threw you off axis. It might take you a couple of days to get back on track.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's it. Exactly. That's needed.
Well, we can pick up. That's a.
Sorry,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jeffro.
No, I was did any of that connect, Stray?
Oh yeah,
Did she? Oh, well, see.
definitely. Oh well, all yeah, very yes. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I
No, it's fine.
I've
It's
always
fine.
been a I've been reluctant, well, for a few reasons with different things, but one specifically is I don't know my specific birth minute, time. And I've just
I don't either.
been afraid to ask, I guess, just because
Oh,
I don't know,
I'm
part
glad.
of me just like wanted to have my own.
I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna ask my mom what time I was born.
Well, this is the thing when we spoke before, Stray Cat, about whether we can do the chart without the exact birth minute. And I did your birth minute from what you told me. But if that is not correct, I can go back and, put it an hour ahead or an hour back. And then I can tell you a couple of things, whether it feels more likely. And that's where we can, because you can't, if you don't know anything about your birth time, then it's going to make it really difficult. If you know it was morning or afternoon, then we can start to work with it.
Yeah, I know it was 8 in the morning, or no, I'm sorry. I don't know my time, but it was approximately 8 in the morning.
That's good enough. I mean, we're close enough. We're close enough. It's just going to change the houses a little bit.
I really appreciate what you did.
Oh my God!
What?
I told Jules off instinct. I said I had absolutely no clue what time I was born whatsoever, and I said for some reason in my gut, I just feel like it was around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's what we did my reading off of. My mom just put in I was born at 4:14 p.m.
Oh man, that is
Yeah, that's
crazy.
trippy because it was completely off just gut feel. I don't think I've ever even checked that before. I didn't have a freaking clue. Hey, that's weird because I felt like it was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That's what I feel like, and I'll be damned. Hey, mom, just so you know, I share a birth date with Che Guevara and Donald Trump. I'm 33 years younger than younger than Donald Trump to the day.
You kind of look like Che Guevara as well.
Yeah, with this shit going on. Viva la revolution!
You look a lot like Che Guevara in my.
Hey, you know what? Like they're gonna need conservative. Well, I'm not conservative. I'm more of a constitutionalist. I don't really believe in right or left. Like common sense is common sense. You don't need politics to tell you fucking how to wipe your ass or don't kill babies or whatever. Respect everybody, and you know what I mean. You don't need politics to tell you like natural law. And yes, I guess I'm a right-leaning Democrat, traditional Democrat, not the liberal social justice warrior. But I mean, politically, I guess if I was affiliated, I don't know, man. I really don't know. But yeah, that makes sense. That's just weird. I got 4 o'clock. That's just really strange. And it
That
wasn't
is
because I
correct.
smoked weed. I wasn't thinking that I was born around 420 because I smoked weed. Like as cool as that would have been, 420. Right? But anyway. So mine would have been, that's why it was so accurate, Jules, because I was damn near spot on with the time.
Yeah, well,
That's why it was so accurate for me.
feel like that's the thing is that what you got to go with what you feel, and
Well, I
just
actually,
you've got a kind of memory.
I thought about it. Right,
You were
right.
born,
What?
so there's something inside every cell of your body that actually knows. You've got a memory of it. Your actual every cell in your body has a memory. It's just that you've got to tap into it, and when you tap into it and go, oh yeah, 414 feels good. That feels right, and I'm going to go with that. Then that's what I'm talking
That's
about.
what I went with. Yeah, that's what we went with. That was trippy. That was months ago.
That's because our bodies are mostly water, and water will hold a memory.
Yeah.
There you go. There's more shit to keep my mind open and to keep me aware.
A lot of memory there.
Wow. I was worried too. I was like, damn, that's a spot on. What if I was born at a different time and my shit's way off? But I'll be damned. I'm kind of spun out now.
Wow.
Okay, guys. Well, this was the Esoteric Corner with Julia and guests. Are you guys cool? I'll close out this stream and we'll start up a new one where we can just shit kick it.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm sending out. There won't be no 10 minutes or anything. I'm closing this out right now as soon as the thing loads, and we'll start the next one up immediately. Hey.
Okay, man.
Okay. And Shay, if you're listening,
See ya.
we'll be right back. Yeah.
See
See
ya.
you 10 times. I gotta wait for my shit to load.
Thanks,
See ya.
Jules.
Yeah.
See
Thank you,
ya.
Jules. That
Very
was
much.
awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was. Can't wait for next week.
You're amazing.
Oh,
Thank
yeah. All right.
No, seriously. Next week. I mean, this is a scheduled thing. So
See ya.
she'll be back next week.
See ya.
Well, she'll be back in a minute, but for her minute. Okay, see ya. We're having a see ya party.
See ya.
you.
Okay.
See ya.